Long ago, back in the time of the warring galaxies, there came forth a prophet, a man of peace. A man of knowledge and dignity. His name was Scooter the Magnificent. Though a creature of meager means, his message of kindness started to spread through the war-torn regions of the galaxy. After millennia of fighting for domination, cultures, countries, planets, solar systems, galaxy were worn out. All of their efforts and economies had hinged on creating massive war machines. But Scooter proposed an essential question for the ages, which, to this day stumps the intellectuals throughout the universe. Why? At first people thought he was joking. But he expounded to make the point that endless war is so complex and costly and the loss of life and things so great. And, then, when someone wins dominance over others, that brings even more responsibility. And it's a whole lot harder than just kind of sitting around enjoying yourself. The great minds, who had been hell-bent on aggression, domination, control, usurping, and all that, stopped. They envisioned the idea of just kind of hanging out doing stuff you like, and were overwhelmed by this thought. People who loved to cook could cook. People who loved to invent could invent. People who wanted to make music, and so forth, on to infinity. We didn't have to always have shared goals of getting more than the other guy, and stealing from and killing the other guy to get his stuff. Anyway, Scooterism shook up everything. Slowly, peace spread throughout the galaxies. Based on the concepts of Scooterism, a galactic council and a galactic peacekeeping force were initiated, and these organizations assisted others in rebuilding their cities and planets, in developing infrastructures based on feeding and caring for people, and creating wonderful opportunities for people to find enjoyment and appreciate the cardinal principle of hanging out and doing stuff you like. This lasted for many centuries. And while there, of course, were little scuffled here and there on the planets when someone got jealous or angry, or really thought they deserved something that the other guy didn't, as a whole, it was a peaceful and pleasant universe. The diversity of people was a blessing, as people enjoyed very different things, had very different cultures and ideas, and, due to this, people could, easily, provide for themselves and each other, and the galaxy went from a time of scarcity to a time of abundance. Unfortunately, there are forces in the universe that despise this sort of thing. They are those damn reptiles. The reptile people even convinced a lot of folks that the Scooter teachings about, just hang out and do what you enjoy, was an invitation for killing people and stealing stuff you like from people and destroy anything that, for whatever reason, you might not enjoy. Because so many reptilians couldn't enjoy other people being happy. So, if a reptilian, say, got annoyed by beaded jewelry, then they should consider killing the jewelers and destroying all their possessions because they couldn't just hang out if they knew such things existed, and that their enjoyment would be getting rid of anything that even reminded them of annoying beaded jewelry, so they were just doing what Scooter had said.
Get us cornered! Get our backs against the wall! Dangerous games. We don't like it all.
And, so, slowly, the reptile people became bored of hanging out and doing stuff they enjoyed, and thought a return to all the war and conflict and destruction and loss of life would be something they would enjoy anymore. When they told this to the others, it was suggested that they could all get together and fight and all that, because it was what they wanted, when most people really appreciated the hanging out thing. But, those idiot lizards didn't listen. And they convinced people who had, previously, been extremely happy and fulfilled, that things were unfair because so-and-so had something that they didn't, or people liked so-and-so better, and, therefore, deserved to be punished, and so-and-so had different color skin, and that the green lizard people were the only real good ones, and the others should be shunned, and so on. And, over time, people started to become very angry and fearful and angry about things that they, previously, didn't even give a squat about. So, the lizard people slowly came to dominate the galaxies, once again, and started a new age of fighting and dominating and discontentment and stuff. They disbanded the organizations, like the peacekeepers, and replaced them with stooges and idiots. Meanwhile, on the planet of Earth, which was not a peaceful planet, the reptilian overlords became very impressed with the amount of anger and hate, and were very amused and excited about their pettiness, and how they could fight over almost anything. They were, however, the very most impressed by a group known as the Waffle House Secret Commandos. They were top-notch workers at a national restaurant chain that was open all the time, except during Beverly extreme conditions, and, as such, attracted unusual clientele seeking the delicious waffles. During any given shift, employees would have to disarm a dozen or so people, fight off troops from competing restaurants, like Taco House, who were attempting to steal both their secrets of cooking fine foods, as well as their tactics for hand-to-hand combat. The reptiles were very impressed that employees making $5 or so an hour would go to such lengths to defend their restaurants. But, they found that there was a tactical detachment of secret police who would go into situations that were really sticky. Like the one on South Santa Fe in Denver, there were organized crime groups that were attempting to infiltrate their operations. But, they were no match for the highly skilled and organized Waffle House commandos. The lizard people asked their leader if they would be interested in taking over operations and becoming the entire Galactic Council secret police. The leader said, sure, and so it was done. The Waffle House Intergalactic Secret Police became the envy of the universe. But, the newest mega overlord of all the reptilian overlords was unpleased with the quality of their leadership and skill. He preferred a chaotic, untamed and poorly run order of secret police. He thought that would be more in line with his goals, which were not just domination, but just kind of taking an egg beater to everyone and everything in the universe. And so, they pulled from the bardo of dying a new arrival, a New York City artist who had a reputation for meddling in the chaos. His name was Andy Warhol. So, they brought him in for an interview to lead the Waffle House Intergalactic Secret Police.
So, Mr. Warhol, I presume.
Yeah.
So how are you today?
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm feeling pretty confused and out of it. I mean, I really only died like just a couple of weeks ago, and everything since then's been like really weird and like really disorienting and stuff.
Yes, Mr. Warhol. Well, I would like to ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you like to run the Waffle House Intergalactic Secret Police?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm an artist, and I also think, since I died, I think I'm kind of like retired.
Mr. Warhol, you like to push the bounds of what's acceptable, don't you?
Yeah, I did that.
Like what kinds of things did you do?
I mean, I would do things like, make multiple copies of art, or I would have like, my assistants make the art, and I wouldn't even touch it except to to put my signature on it, and we'd see if that would pass off as, acceptable art, and, I do things like just like take snapshots of people and see if that, would pass off as acceptable art. My favorite one though was I found that, urine can change the color of this kind of aluminum. And so I got a whole bunch of, famous celebrities and had them come in and they would like pee on these pieces of metal. And I really enjoyed watching Mick Jagger peeing on the metal. And I mean, that guy's just...
Mr. Warhol.
Yeah?
Mr. Warhol, do you want to do that to the entire universe?
To do what?
To explore the bounds of what's acceptable.
No, I don't think so.
Mr. Warhol, what could you do? What would you like to do if you could do anything?
Well, I mean, I think I'm kind of retired.
But if you could do anything?
I kind of like the idea of, punking people.
Punking people?
Yeah. Like that old show, Candid Camera, or then there was the MTV Punked show, and, they go and they play tricks on them. Like, I really like that one with, that they played on MC Hammer, or I guess MC Hammer is actually playing it on somebody else. But anyway, it's really, really funny.
So, Mr. Warhol?
Yes.
Would you like to do that to the entire universe?
Probably not.
Mr. Warhol, we are offering you a position where you can punk people as much as you want, wherever you want, and however you want, throughout the entire universe. Do you want to be the head of the Waffle House Intergalactic Secret Police?
Oh, okay, I guess.
Of Papa Doc Duvalier. They ruined this once lovely, once prosperous country, which sits on one end of the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean. Nature endowed this place with fertility and natural beauty. It was left to the greed and ignorance of men to ruin it.
Demons are the one who want to have control over your thoughts and actions, possess your soul. It's nothing supernatural, it's emotional manipulation to make you feel crazy. Feels like an incantation when people try to change you, but no one's changed themselves. We engage in fervent gymnastics to try to break their spell. They turn on our inner demons by playing on our guilt. Through gaslighting, they make us feel crazy, try to cause us to wilt. Then they blame mysticism, religion, and evil spirits, but the evil is just plain parlor trick. If to rule you're for their own benefit, they make your victims into zombies through choreographed abuse. They make you do all things to end the pain that you wouldn't typically do. Demon possession was the Duvalier's and their reign of terror. So and so much distrust and fear, but to think it's spiritual is in error. Demons are the one who want to have control over your thoughts and actions, possess your soul. It's nothing supernatural, it's emotional manipulation to make you feel crazy. Feels like an incantation when people try to change you, but no one